Hello, my friends. We're trying something different here. We're going to rate some pizza. We're here at Jersey Pizza Boys. You were saying, I'm here with Brad, by the way, who you'll remember from a couple of my vlogs here.
Yep.
But you were saying that this opened not too long ago, right?
Correct. Thank you.
Like a year or two ago?
About a year and a half ago, yeah.
Okay, so this is actually owned by the same person who owns, I believe it's called Carmine's Pizza Factory up in Jersey City. And he has two boys, and I've seen them on the news and stuff where they're spinning pizza and all of that. And there are a couple photos around this area, or in here, at this location of, the family, which is pretty cool to see that because it's something that's kind of just ingrained in their blood here. Back in 2019, he actually won like a Best Pizza Award in the whole country. And then shortly after that, everything shut down for COVID. So I'm wondering if that benefited them because they were making a lot of pizza, or did it not go well because they had to shut down? I don't know. You said you've eaten here, right?
Yes, where I work is about 2 or 3 buildings over, so we've actually ordered pizza from here a few times, and it's delicious.
All right, so this is the first time we're trying one of these vlogs where we're going to rate the pizza. I have read extensively how people rate pizza, and I'm going to try to take personal preference out of the picture as much and just try to be objective. That's the little scientist in me. But I invite you to come with us on this weird little experiment, and maybe if it goes well, there'll be more of them. Brad brought up one thing that I forgot to mention. It's in Avenel, New Jersey. One little thing, because Woodbridge is like weird because it has a bunch of like tiny little towns within it, right? Something like that. The other thing I forgot to mention is that just yesterday, from when we're recording this, it was National Pizza Day. And one cool thing that I learned that a bunch of different pizzerias did, it was to be challenged to deliver 10 pies to like a nearby shelter or soup kitchen. And so I actually saw on the Jersey Pizza Boys Instagram them in the process of creating those pies that they were donating, which was another reason why I had to come check this out. So let's take a look here at their menu. So they have all their pizzas here. I believe that they're supposed to be thinner than the ones up at Carmine's, but they have about everything that you expect from a pizza place, 12-inch and 16-inch. They do the grandma slices. I actually don't know off the top of my head what a Detroit style pizza is, but then they have, some of your typical like Italian fare, some burgers, some subs, salads, and then there's this one really unique thing right here, the Iselin Fair Pizza. This is something that you'll encounter just in this tiny little region because of a fair here in this area at Iselin, and I think it was St. Cecilia's style pizza where a bunch of nuns would get pizza components, ingredients from a nearby pizza place and put together a fried dough base, like a personal size, throw some sauce on that, and then some like grated cheese. And so this is kind of like a thing, if you know, you know. It's probably not everybody's thing, but I feel like this gets a lot of love in this area, so much so that this place was able to bring it back, and it is very popular from what I've heard. All right, our pizza has just arrived. Very interesting to see that they did the sauce like on top in a like spiraled way. Is this how it always comes?
Yeah, it is.
All right, well, I invite you to start digging in while I just admire this for a second. It looks really crispy on the outside, too. Actually, if you wouldn't mind, would you grab a slice so we can look at the underside? It's, like, crispy, but, like, not burnt at all. Awesome. Do you want to do the honors? Yeah, that's a good-looking slice. If you notice when he pulled it, it didn't really flop down like a lot of slices tend to, so that means the crust is pretty crispy. It's not too thick, though, but I do see some, like, air holes.
There you go. Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
It's good piece. It's crisp.
So I'm trying to zoom in a little bit here on, like, the air holes in the crust that just show that the yeast and the dough has been allowed to rise properly. They probably do overnight preps or something like that, which is a good sign. It is super thin, though, but those air holes are a good indicator. All right, it is now my turn here to give this a shot. Check that out. Just a little bit of a tilt there, but nothing too crazy. It's a really good balance of the ingredients here. I think the only thing, I was worried that having the tomato sauce on top like that would kind of mess with the order of where the flavors hit you, you know? Because normally it's cheese, then tomato, and then the dough. But here, in this case, it's not too bad. I'm noticing the sauce is a little sweeter than normal, right? Normally it's a little more savory, but this one is actually kind of sweet. One other thing I gotta note, first of all, that was a nice crispy crust, a little thinner than I enjoy it, but still amazing. But the quality of the cheese cook here, how well baked this is, just like slightly golden, it's not very greasy. And the other thing is I love just like those tiny sporadic brown spots. There's nothing that's too black. And that's just a really great sign of a good bake. One thing I forgot to bring up, because there's this grand debate about, do you fold it? Do you just hold it like this? Do you take a fork and knife to it? No, to me, fork and knife is a terrible thing. But I think because the slice is the size that it is, I'm not folding it. I typically will fold it. I'm wondering what you guys do with your pizza. The other thing I discovered back when I went to Cedar Point, and after the parks closed, I went to go get some pizza, and it was like square cut. It was the oddest thing, to me at least. In this region, you get your triangles, you get your squares, but you don't take a round pizza and cut it in squares. Have you ever seen that before?
I've never seen that in my life.
I think I've seen that at like kids' parties.
I've only seen the Sicilian pizza cut in squares.
Right.
Not an actual round pizza.
No, I saw a round pizza cut just like square. So you had some that were like curved and almost all crust. Like, it was bizarre. Anyway, this, however, this is how you slice it properly in here. I like my triangles. But yeah, do you guys fold? What do you guys do? Okay, this is super off topic and not pizza related, but did anybody else like go hard binging Cobra Kai season 4? Because I realized that me and Brad did that separately, like almost in one entire go, right?
Yeah.
Like
I watched all of season 4 on New Year's Eve by myself, and it was one of the best New Year's Eves I've ever had in my life. It was fantastic.
The, what was this called? The Iselin Fair Pizza. Diane here, she wanted to tell me a little bit about the background info, and I figured she might as well share it with you as well.
Absolutely. So apparently, years ago, they used to have an Iselin Fair from St. Cecilia's, and this was the Iselin Fair Pizza. Look at that. And what it is, it's fried dough with your tomato sauce and grated cheese. And people would come from surrounding towns every time there was this fair just for this. The nuns used to stretch out the dough, deep fry it, secret sauce, and top it off with some grated cheese. And now it's just a known thing. It's an Iselin Fair Pizza.
That is amazing. So nuns would be making this pizza to raise money at the fair.
Yep.
How awesome is that? So I'm really excited to try this, because when you try something like this with fried dough, I typically think of something sweet, not savory. So I don't know. Let's go for it. All right, so we're going to give Brad the honors of going first here. He's going to go for the fork and knife. I might just dive into that face first, though.
See what this is like. That's really good.
Really?
Interesting. It's not like the pizza you would expect, but it's very good.
Okay, here we go, guys. Just one more look at this before I kind of just go for it. So I was trying to grab this thing, and it's like a, what did you call it, zeppoli?
Yeah.
It's like the sweet, like fritter type of things. Anyway, I'm gonna try to like fold this so I can get a bite out of it. But yeah, if you look at it real quick from this perspective, it has that look to it. All right. Yes.
General consensus.
Yeah, I really dig that. I would have never thought to put like savory stuff on the fried dough like it is here, but this is awesome to me. Wow. And one thing, I don't know if Diane mentioned it, is if you get this to go, they'll give you the ingredients separately, because otherwise it'll get kind of soggy. So if you get it delivered or to go, you can put it together yourself, which sounds like a lot of fun, you know? All right, so that was pretty epic to me. It took me to a happy place. I really vibed with it, with the combo of flavors and everything. The Iselin Fair Pizza. Be on the lookout for it, I guess. Give it a try. I know it's going to polarize some people just because it's not everybody's combo. I even think the dude that does the, what is it, the Barstool Sports? Like the pizza reviews, the one bite stuff. Like, he didn't vibe with it at all. But I thought it was phenomenal. What? And you liked it too, right?
I really did. Actually, it's funny. Like, I didn't even get the full hint of the sweetness that was added to it until like a good like few chomps into it. But it was good. Like, it definitely had like the foundation of like a zeppoli, and then on top of it they put whatever was mixed in with the sauce, with the grated cheese, and just everything just balanced out so well, and it was just very flavorful. And yeah, my taste buds are very happy tonight.
So yeah, as a whole, solid pizza, especially if you're a thin crust lover. This one just snaps. It was so crispy when it came right out. It didn't sag at all. And you could see, even though it was super thin, it was like really cooked well on the bottom, but then it still had those like air pockets that you expect on some really nicely risen dough. The cheese was really nicely cooked on the top. There were only a little bit of like those bubbly spots on there. And even with the sauce on top, the sauce is a little sweeter, by the way. That's not everybody's thing. But even with the sauce kind of spiraled on top, you still had a pretty healthy balance of all the ingredients. So I am not one to give scores out of 10 because I think all of this stuff is subjective. But on my personal scale, this is probably like an 8.5 or a 9. But I don't know. I don't know if I wanted to give it a score. I haven't gotten this far yet. So I have notes on this place right on my phone that I use because I was doing research, but I never once considered, am I having a sliding scale or not? I don't know. Brad, help me.
Well, I think your best option to scaling it is to try other pizza places.
I'm thinking like 8.5, just based on all the pizza I've had in my life. That's what I'll say, 8.5 out of 10. I'm going to just go with that, and as we do more of these, we will massage the scoring system a little bit. But yeah, 8.5. If you had to guess, if you had a score.
I would be up there too. Like I said, my office is just a couple buildings away, so this is not my first time ordering from here. Obviously, I wouldn't come back if it wasn't good. So no, this is some solid pizza, and that Iselin pizza too was absolutely delicious. So the service is fantastic. Obviously, they're very packed. So clearly, the locals absolutely love this place. Huge step up from what it used to be when it was a dive bar. So definitely the right decision.
All right, guys, so I think that's going to do it here. This was a solid experience. I hope you enjoyed following along. Let me know down below if you'd like to see more videos like this. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you next time, and I hope you go make your own adventure. Bye. Bye, Brad.
Bye.